Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. I was gonna say I'll be drawing the cards for you, like that. I'll be that person too. It's weird. It's weird how Anyway, when you repeat something and then just all of a sudden it kind of something else comes to mind and you're like, wait, I just kind of feel discombobulated. Like it took me out of my routine or something. Anyway, how many cards is that? Okay. I didn't have a plan for the spread. I was just going to kind of wait until some cards came out and there they are. But, see, it's like taking me out of my routine and I have no idea who I even am anymore. So my name is Liz, right? We said that. This is a reading for the 3-5 Human Design Profile, the Martyr Heretic. And if you don't know your Human Design Profile, there is a link in the description for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. And one of the bits of information on there will be your profile. Definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings. Those are all up. And if you haven't done so already, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to my channel. Either way, thank you for being here. I'm glad for that. So I was going to actually flip these over, but then I kind of got the feeling of not doing that. So we have the Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, interesting. 5 of Wands, 3, 4, 5, 7 of Wands. That would have been nuts if that was a 6. But we're missing the 2 and the 6. So that's kind of interesting. What are the odds? The Magician at the bottom of the deck. 3 of Swords, Awakening. All right, we might get to that. We'll see. We'll see how long I talk for. Like this over here is so different than this over here. Like it seems like something is taking a turn in some capacity. I almost too want to say don't create drama because you're bored. If you're bored, find something to do. Don't create drama just to have some excitement in your life. And, not even to say that you would do that consciously, but, it could be a subconscious thing. And I'm saying that because, right, we have the Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, harmonious. In the sense of, right, Ace of Swords is new ideas, new inspiration. The book talks about a seed being planted and this, this tree growing from it. There's a house here. There's a person here, birds living in it. Even too, just how ideas expand and grow, right? But also too, even our belief systems, they're holding the sword of truth here too. So again, relying on truth, something growing out of truth. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, feelings. It becomes our belief system. It becomes our temperament, our personalities, the reasons why we do and don't do things, right? We consume content, just living our lives every day, and it goes through the filter of our conditioning of our ego and kicks out a story about it based on those parameters, which can change as often as you want them to, really, because a lot of that shit is old stuff from childhood, when we had way less information than we do now, right? So yeah, it could be discovering a new truth about yourself, discovering a new truth about your friendships, your network. that could be what, in a sense, causes a bit of drama over here. Because this does feel drama to me. I mean, we'll see if that changes. And I'm really saying that because of this Four of Cups and the Five of Wands. Like, anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But, we're looking at this from this person's perspective here, right? And then there are these two people, which, man, like you could be experiencing that fifth line projection. I'm trying my best not to project my fifth line onto this because I feel like I've been through this situation myself, because like we have these two people, even just the way that they look, right? Look at them. You see what I mean? It's conniving little hoes, talking shit behind your back. Like, you know what I mean? And there could be something here with the Ace of Swords where honestly, you could have surpassed them in intellect. Like, I mean, they could have really discovered like how smart you are, how intelligent, right? And even authentic, because again, right, the sword of truth. And when we talk about truth, we're talking about divine truth. We're not inserting opinions or other people's beliefs, right? It's what can be proven. And if you are being authentic, maybe even you have these great fucking ideas and can just whip them out. A lot of people cannot do that, and a lot of people would be envious of that. And then again, so the Three of Cups is networking, friendships. It is actually usually a card of celebration. It's usually support from others. Like, you and your friends getting together and everybody celebrating their accomplishments, and everybody is just as excited for themselves as they are for other people, right? Like there is this reciprocal like thing going on. But then even just changing from this illustration on this Three of Cups to the Four of Cups, and this person, being alone, there's this fourth cup here. The Three Cups, which we're coming from, are down here on the ground. I mean, it could even be like maybe it was a community or group or something that it could be a job, whatever, that you were also like trying to get involved in to see like maybe your ideas, your expertise, your interest would fit in there. Because whatever is happening in this Three of Cups, it's not it. Because the Four of Cups is like bored, disappointed, lethargic. Like they're not really all that happy with what has been offered in these Three Cups. And we right, like we're coming directly from, there's this progression that's happening here, which is rare for that to happen in a reading. But there is this fourth cup that is being offered here. Also, the book talks about apathy and again, just not really being all that interested in the cups that have been offered to you. So it's like this one cup that is overflowing with possibilities and, perfect opportunities, just not being interested in that for some reason. Maybe it is like also too because like you don't feel supported. There might be some level of competition because that's what this Five of Wands is. But I always see I always think of Mulan when I see the Five of Wands. Because it is about training muscle memory, quote unquote, not necessarily specifically muscle memory, but putting yourself out there, trying things. But the Mulan reference, right? Like they all show up to warrior training. Everybody's like full of ego, right? Arrogant. They're the best. Whatever, nobody is working together. They're just trying to show off, right? I mean, arrogance. And eventually, just through being in proximity to each other and getting over themselves, they do eventually learn to work together, and they do develop a camaraderie, right? So that's the Five of Wands. It's like that competition, maybe even a bit of like proving yourself. And maybe that too is why this seems like kind of blocks. You're just like, I don't feel like I should have to prove myself. Or, I mean, you have a story wrapped around that. And there's an opportunity here to create create a new story or see a different perspective. I'm not saying, right, like to be uber competitive and, puff up and, I'm just like with birds, if they're fighting each other or whatever, right? Like they kind of like puff up a little bit. I'm not necessarily saying to do that, but also like if it is going to take a little bit more of your energy, if you do like have to be competitive in the sense of these are the skills that I have, this is the experience that I have, and how that can fit into whatever the thing is for you. And part of also why I say that is because the Seven of Wands is self-defense. It is standing your ground. It is defending your actions. We can see this figure here in the defensive stance. There's these 6 wands down here, coming up at them. I always see those 6 wands as being other people's projections, no matter who I'm reading for. Because I do see those as like, other people. And again, their projections, their reasons why not, their reasons why they could never, their fears, their doubts. And it's like, okay, but I didn't ask, right? And like I said, it's interesting that we're missing the 2s and the 6s. 2s are usually planning for the future, balance, indecision, harmony between people. 6s are success, right? I mean, the 6 of Wands is victory after battle here, right? I know it's not out here, but the 6 of Cups is the nostalgia, the card of the past. 6 of Pentacles is help from others. 6 of Swords is like moving your mindset forward. It's like, moving away from turbulence into peace. So I do think it's interesting that the ones that we're missing are as they are, And like I said, we have the Magician, 3 of Swords, which is interesting. Awakening, 8 of Swords. The Magician is, again, we have this ace, this one thing happening. The Magician is manifesting something new, having exactly what you need to do the thing that you want to do, to manifest the thing that you want to manifest. Whatever you need, you already have it. And what you don't have will show up for you at exactly the time that you need it. And the 3 of Swords, this depiction of the 3 of Swords, they're letting loose this bird here from them. And I always feel like shaking something loose with this 3 of Swords, but also like releasing a part of you. So like I was saying, right, like learning a new truth. There could be some sort of disappointment or betrayal thing happening here. It could simply just be something was not what you were expecting it to be, and that fucking sucks. Regardless of who or how many people were involved in it. We have this awakening card. So between the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Wands, there's this judgment card, which is transformation. They are literally shedding their skin. They're coming out with wings. even too with this Five of Wands, it's like being on a level playing field. Like, fight somebody your own size, right? Like, truly being on a level playing field. Not to mention too, like, honor the transformation that is happening. Why do things shed their skin? Because they're growing. And if they didn't shed their skin, they would either suffocate, or that dead skin would get infected and kill them slowly by infection. For either way, you're dead. Not literally, okay? Not literally, of course. But if you don't do it, then, or if you don't allow yourself to recognize this transformation, transform it in whatever way you're feeling called to. We have the Eight of Swords between the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands. And the Eight of Swords is like a self-inflicted mind prison. We can see them all wrapped up here. They're not stuck. They just think that they are. It's like you're one decision away from changing your whole position here, because they could get out of these, or get out of this. I want to call it a ribbon. I'm not sure. I feel like there's a different word for it. Silk, whatever. If they wanted to. However, though, there is a lot of information in the Eight of Swords, because that's where you're going to find how you are limiting yourself mentally. It's interesting. We start with the Ace of Swords. We end with the Eight of Swords. Where are you holding yourself back? What limiting beliefs do you have? What are your fears and anxieties, right? Like, what are the things that just kind of tie you up to a point of not being able to move, like analysis paralysis? And even with the Seven of Wands, it would be allowing yourself to push through that. Feel the fear, do it anyway, type of thing. Don't allow other people to form a narrative that becomes yours. The Empress card then. Abundance, creation, flow, receiving. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon.